So let's begin. Close your eyes, sit tall. There will be some practice on the knee today. If you need to have a chair because you have sore knees, so you can lean against a chair as opposed to putting knees on the floor, set yourself up for that. And let's practice together. So wonderful that we can practice together so that our connection is there, the energy is there, even though we're not in the same room. Bring your hands to your heart in Namaskar Mudra. And maybe just take a moment to contemplate what you would like to bring into your practice, what you would like to bring into your day, and what would serve you well in letting go. Maybe you need to face up to something. Maybe you need to have a difficult conversation with somebody. Or maybe you just need to connect with somebody that you've let slip away from you just because of becoming overwhelmed by events, overtaken by events. Not intentionally, but we all let people go sometimes because we just get too busy, or we perceive that we get too busy. So allowing the senses to come inside. So in order to do that, I invite you to just concentrate on what you can hear near to your body. Might be the breath, might be sounds in the house, it might be the weather. But those sounds closest to you. And let them go. You can drop your hands and come into the room. Bring the mind's focus to the breath now. Eyes can be closed. When the eyes are closed, you bring the attention inside, so you're more aware of the inside-out work. If you can just shut your eyes gently, not grip them closed, not hold on to them too tightly, just allowing them to close gently. And with your mind's eye, remind yourself of where you are sitting, maybe what you're wearing, the color of your mat or your rug, the position of the mat or the rug where you practice in the room. Without opening your eyes, extend the inner vision to the environment in which you are practicing. Is it suitable? Are there too many distractions? Are people in and out? Is the dog in the corner making a noise? Is the radio on? Just being mindful of the environment in which you practice. Trying to set up a special sacred place for your practice that you can return to time and time again. Your safe space, your haven. As I say, your sacred space to practice yoga. Very important. Now let the inner eye go, don't examine the room. Just bring your attention to the nostrils and what you can smell. Notice the air coming in through the nostrils and notice if there is a scent or a smell. Maybe it's a familiar smell of your own home. Could be that you're burning incense, or coffee's been made, breakfast is going on. Just noticing the sense of smell. And let it go. Let it go. Notice also, with your eyes closed, the sense of touch The way your body is touching the mat or the chair. What are the contact points there? The clothes you are wearing. Are they tight? Are they loose? Are they cotton? Or are they a silky material? Are they warm? Because it's chilly this morning. Notice how the clothes touch your skin. Where they might feel a little tight, where they might feel a little loose. And let that expiration go. So in yoga, one of the 8 limbs is pratyahara. People explain it as withdrawal of the senses. That's not quite true. It's a far deeper concept than that. But we start, as we begin our journey, we start with just understanding and practicing how to, on a very gross level, come away from the senses, come away from the stimulation. So we're not distracted and we're not disrupted in our practice. We can sit in peace and silence and just let the whole system settle down. You could be using the breath as an anchor to stay inside, witnessing of the breath, noticing how it comes in and out. And please blink your eyes open and come into the room. And we're going to start moving our bodies. We're going to move slowly. You might have a warm room, you might be in a chilly room, so we're just going to make sure the muscles are warmed up. So we are just going to breathe in and rise up onto the knees. And if you're on a chair, rise up onto your feet. Or if you don't work on the knees, rise up onto your feet. And stretch out the arms, stretch the side body. And maybe you can just reach a little higher, one side and the other. Stretch right through the side body. Press the knees into the floor or the feet, depending on how you're practicing. Breathe out and float the arms down. But don't let them collapse. They're just floating down with nice control. And you're going to breathe in and bring it up. About a count of 6 and breathe out. Bring them back down. And soften your shoulders, soften your face. We are going at a snail's pace today, okay? Breathing in. So however slow you think you're going, you need to go slower, okay? Go slower. Breathe out. Stretch through the fingertips. Start to feel the muscles waking up, the skeleton waking up. Breathing in. Float. Float. And this time when you get to the top, you're going to interlink your fingers and push the hands towards the ceiling. And stretch even a little bit more. Obviously the shoulders rise up a little here, so you're stretching initially beyond what you normally would do, and then drop the shoulders slightly. Okay? Stretch them and then drop them slightly. We'll do that a 3rd time. Breathing in and breathing out. And just bring the back of the hands to the top of the head. So you'll feel it, I feel it in my shoulders, around the back of the shoulders. I feel it in my upper arms. I feel it a little bit in my collarbones, just widening out the chest, using the back of the hands on the head. Make sure the elbows are really open, so you're pushing back slightly, but not too much, okay? We're being gentle. Bring the hands back up, and you can ping them open, okay? And that has, that's opened this up a bit for me. I can feel it, but I don't want tension in my shoulders, so I'm just going to do some shoulder rolls. So it's almost like, when children play trains, you're sort of coming up and back. You can keep the arms long, or they can be a little bent, and forward. And you can be doing all of this standing up. I just happen to be kneeling. You know, you can be doing everything we're doing standing up. Breathe in here and stretch again. Stretch really as high up as you can through the fingertips. So you're elongating the side body, but you're also extending your spine. Your knees are pressing down, or your feet. Drop the right hand to the right hip. And we're going to stretch, but what I want you to think about, as opposed to just, oh, I've got to stretch, I want you to bring the in breath into this side body. So it's a real lateral bend, okay? We're going for a really lateral bend. So as you breathe in, bring the air in almost up to your armpits, and think about it that way. All the side body breathing in. See if you can notice it from the inside, and as you breathe out, pull your tummy back and stretch and relax a little here. Relax. So again, as you breathe in, I want you to breathe into the side ribs up to your armpit. Breathe in. Notice it. I can feel it. Hopefully you can. And as you breathe out, you're going to go down a little more, but only within your limitations. We're warming up, remember? Okay. See if you can notice it again. Breathing in, hand can come down if it needs to. Breathe in. I can really feel it, yeah? When I concentrate on it and put the focus, I can feel it. Breathe out, stretch more. Don't topple over. Keep the knees nice and firm. And you can breathe in to give you the momentum and the strength to come up. And again, roll those shoulders out and forward. If you prefer to be on your feet, please stand up. There's no problem. Left hand to left hip this time. Notice how different the sides are. There may be no difference, and you could close your eyes as long as you are steady. If you feel steady, you could close your eyes to see if you notice. I notice without closing them, so give it a go. We're breathing into the right side, the whole right side body all the way up to the armpit. Breathing in here. We're breathing out. It's a lateral stretch. It's not here. So if you can't get the arm this way, then maybe you can put the hand behind the head. So you get the lateral bend, okay? Now breathe into that side ribs. Breathe in here. Isolate the breath as much as you can into that side. Then breathe out. Deep stretch. I'm coming. The angle of the camera is not brilliant, but I think this is the best I can do. But I'm stretching to the side, I'm not coming forward. Breathe in again to the side body. And stretch even more, so you feel the skin really stretching. Breathe in here. Lift yourself up and roll it out. You know, you can shake the hands, shake the elbows. And come back down onto your bottom. If you are on a chair, just come back onto the chair. We're going to do some twisting today, okay? You can twist on the chair just as easily as you can twist on the floor. So we're just going to start it off by breathing in here. Arms come up. Left hand comes to the outside right knee. Right hand comes down, and this is such a gentle twist. And I'm still looking forward. I'm just setting myself up. I want to be nice and long before I twist. And we twist on an out breath. It's a release, okay? So we breathe in nice and tall. And we breathe out. We just twist into the right. So we feel a release as we breathe out, okay? Right shoulder is up and back. Don't drop into the shoulder. Opening up the chest. Breathe in and come forward. Stretching up and breathe out. Right hand comes alongside the outside left knee. Open up the chest. Breathe in here and stretch upwards. Breathe out. Twist. So you're twisting with the spine. You're not twisting your head and neck. They're following you. And breathe in here. and down you come. Okay, let's sit on our bottoms. If you need to sit on the chair, that's fine. Stretch out the legs and just bounce them out, and let's just get a little bit of life back into them. If we've been kneeling up, we can point and flex the feet. So I'm just pointing away as I breathe in. I'm flexing as I breathe out. So we'll do that a few times. In your own time, just releasing the ankles and stretching the leg. And we do some nice ankle rotation. So draw a big circle with your big toe. It doesn't matter which side you start. I tend to go clockwise first, but sometimes I don't. But it doesn't matter as long as you do both ways. Okay? And open up your feet a little wider. Okay, open them up wider. You can bounce them again. And I want you to turn the feet out. So the outside of the feet touch the floor. Yeah, and then they come back in. And the toes may touch the floor. They really turn in like you're knock-kneed. Just doing a little bit of work for the hips as well. So breathe in to bring them in and breathe out to bring them out. Breathing in, they roll in, and breathing out, they roll out. That's good. Okay, let's bend the knees and just give yourself a little kick. Okay, maybe you can reach your bottom, maybe you can't. Just sitting up, balancing on my tailbone. That's good. And I'm going to leave my left leg long, and I'm going to bring my right leg over. Okay? So hopefully this is okay for you. If it can't come up as high as this, you can bring it further down if you feel that flexion on the knee is an issue for you. But I'm going to try like this. Okay? I'm going to sit nice and tall. Make sure you're on your sit bones. Stretch out the lower leg. And you can make that active. Make it quite active. Okay? We're going to stretch up with the left arm. And I'm going to come forward first. I want to lengthen my arm, really lengthen it, before I wrap it around the right knee. Maybe my hand can come to the thigh a little. Yeah? I'm putting my right hand behind. And I'm really trying to squeeze my thigh into my belly. You might have to hold the knee like this. It depends on how you're constructed and how you feel. And I'm going to breathe in and sit tall here. And I'm turning on an out breath to the right. I'm not worried about how far I go, okay? Because again, we're still only really in warming up. Breathe in here. Breathe out. See if you can squeeze the belly against the thigh and the thigh against the belly. So you get a really nice twist. Breathe in. And you release on the out breath. And maybe you're looking behind, maybe not. It doesn't matter. You go as far as you can. You'll feel a stretch as well in the right outside hip, probably. In the right glute, maybe as well. And breathe in and look forward. And unravel yourself. Bounce out the legs. And we're going to firm up the right leg this time, okay? So you can bring the left knee in and bring it across. And see if you can really keep the right leg nice and flexed. And sit up as straight as you can. Elongate the right arm this time. And I do that by, I lengthen it. We've already lengthened the side body, so we should be okay, good to go. Then I like to bring it forward as much as I can so that I can get my elbow to my knee and my hand to my thigh. Back hand comes behind you, sit nice and tall. Breathe in here. Breathe out. And you're twisting the belly away from the thigh, but you're squeezing the thigh towards it, okay? So breathing in and twist. If you twist on the out breath, you'll go further. And it's nice and safe, gives your internal organs a really good massage. Breathe in and turn. And maybe you can look behind, maybe not. But I don't want you to think the object of the practice is to get your head to swivel right around. It's not, okay? It's a spinal twist. And some of us are more turnaroundable than others. Okay? It's about keeping a healthy spine. And breathe in and release yourself. And maybe you want to just, let the legs go. And notice how you feel in the abdomen once you've done that. Okay, notice what it feels like. We are going to do some more twists today. Okay? But I want to do a different practice first. So I'm going to come up onto my knees. And I'm going to put my fingers behind my toes, if I can. Okay, you may not be able to do it. If not, don't worry. You can just put your hands on the side and see how far you can go with it. Okay, and people with knee issues won't like this, so you can sit on your chair and just rise up and down as we do this. Okay, rise up and down from a seated position with your feet pressing onto the floor. Okay, so for us on our knees, this is a version of Ustrasana. Ustrasana is a camel pose, so you know how camels get up, okay? So we're bringing and it'll get the air into the lower lobes. We're bringing our fingers pointing towards the toes, but they don't have to be on the toes, okay? They're just pointing towards the toes. Shoulders are up and back. And if you do, I have a knee issue, so I don't go very high. I don't over tax my knee ever, okay? But you can breathe in and see if you can lift the bottom from the heels, pressing the hands into the floor, press the hands into the floor, and breathe out and come down. Okay, some of you may have a great big arch in your back and come up really high. My knee won't let me do that on the left, but you go as high as you like, okay? Or if you can't get high, don't worry about it. Breathing in. I'm lifting my hips up off my heels and pressing my hands down. My shoulders are soft. I'm rotating my arms a little, my head's coming back. I'm breathing out. I'll come down. Just doing it one more time. Breathing in, pressing through the floor with the hands, bringing the hips up. My knees are together, they're not apart. Head is just hanging. And down. That's also going to work your triceps, so if you're worrying about bat wings or whatever they call them, that can help that. So come and release the wrists, because that might have put some pressure on the wrists. All good. Good, 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 good. So I want to do another twist now, so come to sit. So this time we are bending the right knee up like this. So it's not coming over, it's coming here. Okay? And the left leg is going to be nice and long and strong. And again, you're sitting up really nice, as tall as you can. Try not to lean back. So place the foot in a place which means you don't lean back. Again, I'm bringing my arm up as long as I can. As long as I can. I'm coming forward with it. Down the inside of my knee. Forward with it. So that I can wrap my hand around. Now some people can bind the back, or they have a sock to hold or whatever. I can bind on one side and not the other. That just means you get your fingers together. Or you can put your back hand into your leggings or whatever you've got on. And breathe in here. Breathe out. See if you can come forward a little. Breathing in and out. Don't worry if the arm doesn't go right round. Mine doesn't, okay? Breathing in and out. And breathing, come up, and sometimes you can hold a belt or something or a sock, okay, to help you get there. But don't worry if it doesn't happen. And shake it out. You know, your life will not be over if you cannot completely achieve a posture. It's really not the goal of yoga. The goal is to help you to integrate the mind, body and spirit and breath, and to transform and change. And it takes courage to grow and change, you know. Some people, once they hit a small obstacle, they give up. So we take it step by step. Really do. Left leg, knee coming in. You can then put the other hand on the floor while you set it up. Breathe in with the left arm. Come forward. Come really forward, because this gives you length. Especially if I've got short arms, okay? You don't realize how short they are. I have to really stretch my arms to do things. And bring the arm behind. Okay, so you can breathe in here. And breathe out. See if you can just bring the belly back and come forward. Breathing in and out. And last time in and out. And breathe in and come up. And release your arms. That's good. We're going to bring the feet together. And please don't worry if, they are really quite a bit in front, or if they are closer to the body. It's not a problem. Just want to gently bounce out the knees a little, not too much, just a little, just so that we get into the hips a little bit, okay? So you might want to hold the ankles. I sometimes hold my ankles and rock on the sitting bones a little bit, because I have tight hips. Even though I practice keeping my range of movement in my hips open and fluid is a practice for me. It doesn't come naturally. Some people can get their knees to the floor with not one day's practice. It's just the anatomy. It's just the way we are built. So whatever way you are is the way you're meant to be, okay? So just pressing the feet together and just bouncing out gently and noticing the stretch in the groin, the inner thighs maybe. Maybe you can really press the feet together. Maybe you can bring the hands under. Doesn't have to be like this, it can be whatever it is for you. Looking up and then bring the belly back. And let the head hang down. So I'm going to breathe in and lengthen. And I'm going to breathe out. And just bring the belly back. And just see if you can come a little further. But don't strain the back too much, okay? Let the back round if it needs to. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good. Breathe in and come up. And just lengthen through the legs. I just want you to bring the right foot back, maybe with the knee bent. And just see how that feels. That might not be for you, okay? It might not be for you. Just try it out. If you can sit back on your heels, that should be okay. It should be okay. And bring it back. And just try what it feels like on the other side, okay? Sometimes it can be nice if you sit up on a block or a cushion to keep the pelvis nice and straight. And just opening up the knee a little bit, okay? And bring it back. And just bounce it out. I'd like you to lie on the floor now, and I'm going to lie directly in front of the camera. I might come onto the side to show you, but if you can come to the floor in a nice way, so that your core is nice and engaged. So knees can be bent, arms can be coming forward, okay? Breathe in here, and breathing out, hold the belly in as you come down. So you're just going to hold the tummy in as you come down, so you don't collapse, okay? You're coming all the way down, and get yourself into a nice long line. And just allow the body to arrive there. The body to just arrive on the mat. I'd like you to bend your right knee into the chest. You can catch hold of the knee or the shin. A nice, long, strong left leg, okay? Just nice and long. And you can bring the right leg up and place the hands behind the thigh. So I'd like you to push the thigh into the hands, and I'd like you to push the hands into the thigh. So, you're pushing in opposite directions. I want you to lengthen the arms, the shoulders are on the floor, the foot can be coming towards the ceiling. And keep breathing softly. When you breathe in, see if you can lengthen more. When you breathe out, see if you can gradually contract your tummy to leave more space for the femur going into the hip bone. It can make a difference. Breathing in, lengthen. Breathing out, gently contract. And bend the knee in, and I'll go on the side for a moment, I think, so you can see. Yeah, that's good. And we do the other side. Okay, so left leg in. Just bring it into the chest first, so you just get that feeling of the hips softening. And hold behind the thigh. And lengthen through with an in-breath. Okay, so you're lengthening to 90 degrees. You're not coming closer, or you're not halfway down here. You're trying to lengthen to 90 degrees, and you're pushing your back of your thigh into the hands, and the hands into the thigh. Really push it up. So when you breathe in, see if you can lengthen that bone more, all of the bones and the joints, lengthen. And as you breathe out, bring the tummy back in. 2 more breaths. That's good. And bring it in, and bring both knees in, and really give yourself a nice squeeze. Maybe you want to just rock a little on the back. And we're going to lie down again with a nice straight body. Stay on the floor with a nice straight body. Nice and long. Feel how long you are. Feel how long you are. Notice if the limbs feel longer. If the spine feels longer. Breathe in, tuck the knees in and straighten the legs. Breathe out, bring the knees back in and the feet to the floor. I'm going to do that about 6 times. Breathe in, knees to chest, straighten, that's your in-breath. Breathe out. You don't have to use your hands. If you feel you need to, that's fine. If you feel you need to hold your knees, that's fine. Straighten, and breathe out, feet to the floor. Breathe in, straighten, really straighten through. Use your core. I can feel it in my core. Breathe out and down. We'll just do another 2. Don't use your back, use your core. Breathing in, straighten. Feel the lower back really pushing into the floor. Breathe out and to the floor. And you can release your legs. If you need to bring the knees in to rock the, give the back a little massage or do some circles, that's fine too. Just doing a little bit of work to wake up the Agni, the fire in our belly. So this time, you can bring the knees in and straighten and bring the arms overhead. So that's your in-breath, okay? So you're lengthening more. So lengthen the feet to the ceiling and lengthen the fingers away from the pelvis. Lengthen away. And breathe out. You can come back down. So make sure you're not taking the out breath and taking it in the back. Keep the belly tight, okay? Breathing in. Legs come up. Arms come back. Breathing out. Use your core. Use the strength of your legs and use the breath. Breathing in, knees come in first. Straighten up as the arms lift over. Stretch the feet up and the fingers away. Really stretch them away. Breathing out and down. I've lost count as I usually do. I'll do 2 more. Breathing in. Stretch. stretch. Now stretch further away and stretch higher up in different directions. Use your core, breathing out, you soften and down. Last time, breathing in and stretch and breathing out and release down. And if you feel you want to again, bring the knees in to release the lower back. That's all good. So slow mindful yoga doesn't mean we're having a holiday. We're still working, but we're working just more slowly, more mindfully. And then let the body just relax out. Notice the core. Notice if you've woken something up. Okay, we're going to pin the left leg to the floor. It's really pinned to the floor. I'll come back on my mat so you can see me a bit better. Yeah, it's better. So I'm pinning my left leg onto the floor. Okay. I am going to get rid of this block in a minute because it's in the way. I'm going to lift up my right leg without moving my left leg. Okay, my arms can be out in a bit of a cactus, or they can be longer if that suits you. But I want the shoulders on the floor. So breathe in here, breathe out, come to the right. So you come in across the body. I need to move a bit because I'm a bit close to the wall. You come in across, breathe in to lift it up and down. Okay, so we'll do the left side. Yeah, can't see me, I think. Breathing in here, breathing out to the right side. Now, I want you to think about the leg, the foot coming towards the hand. Okay, so you're stretching. It might touch the floor, it might not. Might touch the hand, it might not. Doesn't matter. Breathe in and down. And we're going to do it twice more on either side. Okay, so every time you do it, you might go a little further. If you needed a belt or scarf, I mean, I don't have one here, but you could use something to hold the leg as well. So let's try again. Left leg nice and long and strong. Breathing in with the right. Stretch it up first. Breathing out without picking up your shoulders. So if it only comes to here, that's fine. If coming to the floor means your shoulder comes up, that's not good. Keep the shoulders down. And see if you can get the leg maybe to the floor or maybe to your hand. Really nice stretch for the hip as well. And breathe in and bring it down. And do the other side. Breathe in, lift it up. Breathe out, pull in the tummy back. You bring it to the floor, towards the floor. Yeah, it's quite a big stretch, so don't worry. Breathing in. Don't worry where you land, and down. One more either side. Breathe in. Right leg comes up, and it comes slowly across as you can see you're twisting. You're bringing your belly back. Okay? Maybe the hand gets to the foot, but it's more about the foot getting to the hand. You want it up quite high. And breathing in to bring it back. And the other side. Breathing in. Breathing out across the body. As far as you can go, but within your own limitations. And breathing in. And bring it back. And just lie and notice what you notice. Close the eyes. Notice the energy shifting. Good. This time we are going to do 3 more other side, but not crossing the body. Okay? We're going to do it to one side or the other. So, lying down in a nice straight line. Left leg nice and strong. Now you can here, if you need to, bend the left knee and put the foot on the floor. If that gives you a bit more stability and you feel it's more accessible, that can be up to you. Okay? I'm going to let mine stay long. I'm going to breathe in. My arms are coming out. I don't mind if my elbows are bent because my shoulders are on the floor. and I'm coming across. Now, what happens is I can get to the floor, yeah, but my hip lifts, okay? So I need to think about my hip staying down, breathing in, and bring it back. And we're going to do it 3 times on the same leg. So put your left hand on your hip. I haven't got a sandbag here. Sandbags can be handy. Breathing in here, lift up. Breathing out, open without lifting your hip. Okay? So that's a bit stronger. Breathe in and out. Last time. Breathe in, up with your leg. Slowly open, slowly. Only goes, it might come only to here. It doesn't have to be to the floor, because once I lift my hip, I can do anything. But I pull my hip back, then I need time for the body to think, okay, we need to stretch. I'm not really worrying about the floor. I'm just opening here. Breathe in here, up it comes, and down. Just notice the difference. Close your eyes and notice the difference between the right leg and the left leg. Good, good. We try with the other side. Okay. So breathing in, left leg comes up, breathing out. Without lifting the right hip, left leg comes as far as it can. So trying not to lift and twist the body or roll the body. We need to keep the body open. Breathing in and slowly back down. Breathing in, up it comes, up as high as it can before you come across. You want it to come up towards the hand. You don't want it to be down here. Okay? Good. Breathing up and down. We're just doing one more like that. Breathing in. Breathing out to release. Shoulders can be on the floor, arms can be open, or you can catch the toe, whichever you prefer. Okay? And breathing in and down and release. So we're going to do one supine twist here. So we're going to draw the right knee in and draw it in as much as you can. So it's almost up to your armpits, it's up to the chest. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right arm is along from the shoulder. Elbow can be bent a little if that's what you like. Hands in contact with the floor. Breathe in here. And breathe out, you're going to draw the knee towards the left. But don't worry about it touching the floor, because we're going to do it back and forth a few times. Breathe in to lift the knee up. Breathe out, pulling your tummy back to come towards the left. Keeping the shoulders on the floor. Breathe in, bring the knee back up. And breathe out, draw the tummy back, park the toe behind the other leg. See if you can keep your shoulder on the floor. You can roll the head to look in the direction of the hand. Now stay here for a moment. Let the hand, left hand rest on the right knee. Keep the right shoulder down if you can. I mean, if it straightens it, lift it, but try and keep it down. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, contract the tummy and you twist more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Contract and twist more. Last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Belly comes back. And now this time, you're going to see if you can get the knee across onto the floor. You can bend the bottom knee if that helps. Okay, bend the bottom knee out, the foot comes out, so you really can more or less land on the floor. But I don't, if your shoulder comes up here, that's fine. I'm just getting a really nice deep stretch and a twist. breathe in, bring everything back. You can hold the knees if you like to. Rock from side to side. And lay out in a long line and just notice the right side again. Just notice everything about your right side. We move on to the left. So nice long right leg. Draw the left knee in and bring it up to the chest so you get a nice squeeze there. Get it up as high as you can, softening those hips. Okay, so your left arm can go out, right hand onto the side of the left knee. Breathe in here. Breathing out, you're just rolling towards the right, but you're not going all the way down, far from it. We're going to repeat that a few times. Breathing in, bring it up. Breathing out. Roll to the right. Breathing in, bring it up. Breathing out, come down. Now this time you're going to stay rolled towards the right with the left knee. And I want you to breathe in and breathe out and contract the tummy. See if you can twist deeper. You can look towards the left if the neck allows it. Shoulders down though. See if you can keep the contact with the shoulders. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Twist a little deeper. And last time, breathing in. Breathe out. Contraction of the tummy helps you to go deeper. Then if you can, bring the left knee over. Completely over. If it can. If not, you go as far as you can. And maybe you can bend the bottom knee so the foot comes behind. Nice stretch here. Good, good. Breathe in and roll back. And just come into a nice long line and just notice if the sides feel balanced now. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Hopefully they do. We're going to finish here with a few bridge poses. So just notice how those sides, does the side body, do the legs, all the way up the ribs, the arms feel a little longer, a bit more space? Does the spine feel a little bit longer, a bit more extended, more expansive, a bit more space? That's what we're looking for. Okay, feet on the floor, towards the buttocks. I'll come down a little bit. So feet towards the buttocks without hurting your knees, so you need to take care of that. Enough room behind you that if you put your arms behind, you're not going to hurt anything. Knees are probably hip width apart. Feet pressing into the floor, remembering your connection with the floor. Lower back on the floor. We're just going to do a few variations. So pressing into the floor. With the feet, breathe in and push the tailbone towards the pubic bone and rise up. Breathe out, you're coming all the way back down as slow as you can, slowly until you land. We're doing that 3 times, so another twice. Breathe in, use your feet, use the tailbone pushing up to come up as high as you can. Chin can be into the sternum. Breathing out, slowly, slowly down. Slow as you can. As I say, we're going like a snail today. This is the practice. This is what I have intended the practice to be. Very slow. Breathe in, feeling everything. Push into the floor. Up you come, hands are on the floor. Don't have to do anything with the hands at the moment. Breathing out, slowly, slowly, using the strength of your feet, your legs. There's a little bit of core work there as well. And let it just relax down. And the next time we're going to use the arms. I'm going to come this way. You can see. Yeah, that's good. So this time we're going to lift the arms the same time as we kind of lift off the floor. We're going to bring them up and overhead. We've done a lot of that today. I just wanted to really lengthen the side body. Plenty of room for our lungs then. Okay, so this time, press the feet into the floor. Use the strength of the feet. Breathing in. Up you come. And breathing out. Slowly, just doing 3 like that. And as you bring the hands down, they touch the same time as the lower back, and you're thinking of pushing them towards the heels there. Breathing in. And out. Slow it down. The slower you go, the more work it is in a way, but the more mindful you can be, the more you can notice things, okay? Breathing in. See if you can push up a little higher. And down. Slow it down, slow it down. Control it. Yeah? I refer to Qigong and Tai Chi because that's the kind of energy I'm looking for in this particular class. And let the lower back really spread. Feeling really nice. And come this way. Just enjoy your rest. Yeah, and this time when you come up, you may want to get your hands under your hips and get a little bit higher. Okay, you don't have to. You can come up and down as we've just done if you like. But this time I'm going to come up, I'm going to bring my feet really pressing down, and then I'm going to get my hands just under my hips and just come up a little bit higher. And I'm going to put my toes closer, and I'm going to come up onto my toes and just get a bit more height for my hips. My chin is then in a bit of a lock into the chest there. Up as high as you can. You might want to lift a leg. Yeah, you might not, it's up to you. You might want to lift the other leg, keep the hips high. As I say, you might not, you might want to, up to you. If you're up high, just make sure you've removed your hands and your shoulders are safe before you come back down. And we're just going to finish here with a nice happy baby pose because we've got our hips nice and lubricated now, so why waste the chance? It's a good opportunity. So, one foot on the floor, knee bent. Bring your right knee in and give it a squeeze. Nice squeeze. And maybe you can see how your hips feel by rotating the knee, using it as a lever to feel into the hip. How does that hip feel? Draw the knee in again. Draw the right arm overhead. Right overhead, and draw it down on the inside of your knee, not on the outside, on the inside. Flat the foot, maybe you can catch hold of the outside there. Okay? And then the ankle is above the knee. It's not here. If that happens, it could be lots of different things. I'm not going to guess because I can't see anyone, but it might be handy to hold under the knee. Because this is the shape we want for the hips, okay? So wherever you are, you're going to take 3 breaths. You're going to breathe in here, breathe out, and soften the knee towards the floor. That means you completely let go and you're softening down. Breathe in. Breathe out and soften. Soften it down. The idea is that the knee will get to the shoulder or the floor one day. And with practice, it's possible. Not for me today, but it might be for you today. Breathing in and soften. Deep stretch. And bring it back in. Retry the other side. So left knee in first. Really hug it. Hug, hug, hug. tend to lengthen, I always like to lengthen my arms before I do anything that means wrapping them anywhere, because I've got short arms, but I think it's a good practice anyway. Give yourself space. I bring it down the inside, I bend my knee as much as I can, and then I get the outside of the foot. So my arm's on the inside of my knee, it's not on the outside, which makes it much more difficult. You take 3 breaths here. Keep the other foot on the floor. Press the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. Breathing in and breathe out. Soften the knee. As soon as you soften and flatten the belly, you'll notice the knee coming towards the floor. And the stretch will increase. Breathe in here and breathe out. Breathing in and out. Just notice the stretch. And let's just bring both of them up for a couple of breaths. So full happy baby pose. Breathe in and out. In and out. And in. And breathe out and really draw the knees down. You can release now. Hold on to the knees. If you'd like to bring the big toes together, and the knees can come wide in one direction and in the other direction. And coming to your Shavasana. So taking a nice lying down corpse pose. Make sure you're warm. Socks on your feet or blanket over you if you're not in a warm room. And just let go for a few minutes. Just witness how you feel. It's a very slow practice, very therapeutic postures, nothing too challenging. Depending on where you are in your practice, everything can be challenging for different people. Just notice if there are any benefits. How do you feel? And when you are ready, draw a slightly more active breath into the body. Maybe rotate the wrists, the ankles, maybe stretch overhead. The whole body stretch, feet going in opposite directions to the arms. Draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. And roll over onto one side or the other, whichever suits you best. Keeping the head low, the energy quiet. To come and sit down and finish our practice. and find yourself in a nice seated position with a straight back or a long back and a soft front. Keep the eyes closed. I'm going to seal the practice by chanting 3 Ohms. You can chant with me or just listen, draw your hands to your heart. It would be lovely if you chanted. Maybe you can do what we practiced last week with the Om sound, low, mid, upper. So take a deep breath in. Breathe in. Last round in. Bow your head to your fingers. Honor yourself for practicing. And thank you for choosing to practice with me. Namaste.